So today we're going to take a look at a few things, primarily the watches, because big thanks to my buddy Tim for loaning me a couple of his CWC watches, one fully polished, no date, and one PVD black coated day date. So we have some variations here, and there are far more variations than just these two represent. But big thanks to Tim for loaning these. He sent them over. I don't think he wears them a ton. I think he occasionally wears the black one. The polished one never really gets worn. I think these watches are meant to be worn. So Tim, I'm gonna go ahead and say that you need to wear these, and I think it will look good beat up. The black one definitely, because PVD is gonna wear in. And I think this style watch with worn PVD coating will look fantastic. I think it'll look the part that it really is. These are military watches after all. So they're reissues, but they are legit. It's Cabot Watch Company. I'll put a link in the description. I have no affiliation with them. They didn't send these. I borrowed these from Tim. Put fresh batteries in them so they're good to go. Now, one thing, elephant in the room, pretty much all the items that we're talking about today, from the watch to this strap to this bracelet. Yeah, that's right, a bracelet on a CWC. I posted that video before. All of them are arguably too expensive. I put, like, try to air quote that, right? A lot of people are gonna be like, is it worth it? That'll be the question I've been asked. Is it worth it for this strap or for this watch or for that bracelet? Well, it's worth it if you want it. Let's just put it that way. Because if you're gonna try to figure out a way to justify the current market or price on these items, then I think it's pretty easy to quickly come to the conclusion that no, it's not worth it. If you're just going to look at it from, two-dimensional and not take into account that just you want it, or it's, a little bit, it's like 5% nicer maybe than something that is a fraction of the price, well then no, you can easily dismiss it as just being too expensive. But now that we're past that, let's take a look at what we have. So this guy here is the full polished case. Now I did a video on this one roughly a year ago. It actually got decent views, not this actual watch, but one just like it. And it had like 20,000 views. So apparently there's quite a few people out there, or maybe one person that watched the video 20,000 times, that really likes this particular model, the no date. And if I had to choose, this would be the one that I would choose. And I even showed it in a destro configuration, which you can special order. I think currently still you can do that. A buddy of mine had done that, and I got to see his watch. Super cool. I don't know if I would do it in destro, but I think I'm lean towards I probably would, just because it's a little outside the norm. You don't see a ton of these CWCs out there, let alone a destro version. So I think full polished destro, I think, is the way to go for me. But that's why there's so many different variations. You can see it's ticking away. It does have a Swiss quartz movement. It does a Ronda 517 in the day date, and a different version of the Ronda for the no date. And you can see this one has a little bit of faux patina going on there. And then size wise, I'm going to blast through this real quick because it should be the same. I measure from angle on the case 41.2 millimeter. The lug to lug is a 47.2 millimeter. So 41, 47.2. Thickness 12 millimeter. Sapphire crystal up top. You have a 20 millimeter lug opening. It is a fixed bar. So that's why I said it's weird that we have the bracelet. But SigmaStraps offers these bracelets, and I'll put a link to them as well. I'll put a link to CWC, the Watches of Espionage strap, and the Sigma bracelet, because I think if you're going to own a CWC, you're going to outfit it this way. You're going to add the bracelet just because. You may or may not wear it, but you're going to add it because you can. You're going to add a WOE strap or something like that. I picked this one because, I don't know, they're just really cool. They're made by, what is that? Zulu Alpha company. So they're really high quality straps. And then you have the Watches of Espionage logo, and it's just a cool name. Watches of Espionage? Yeah, count me in. I love it. It sounds great. Super high quality. It's a single pass, and it just works perfect. It's all kind of fitting. I will say, with the brand of this watch. So, and then you have a 6.4 millimeter, I got sidetracked, 6.4 millimeter screw down crown, keeping a 300 meter water resist. So let's pop this one on wrist, and then I'll show you the black one a little bit. I was wearing, in case you're interested, I was wearing my Seiko SKX009 on the Clockworks Republic fitted bracelet. I'm putting links down below. I might as well put a link down to this one. I used to have an affiliate or discount link, but I haven't really talked to the owner in a while, so hopefully it's still up and running. I think it is, but that is, if you have like a Seiko or whatever they make for those, that's absolutely the way to go. They do not make them for CWC. I don't see how you would, but I didn't think you'd make a bracelet, and SigmaStraps did, which SigmaStraps has regular straps as well, so they have other offerings, and so does Watches of Espionage. You know, they have mugs. I have a coffee mug from them. I have a case. I have a few items. I mean, when you go there and you're going to go through the trouble of, you know, browsing through their online store, I mean, add a few things to cart, make it worthwhile. So there it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. Now, I don't typically wear pass-through or fabric straps. And I have had people ask me, you know, literally many times about these particular straps because they've seen me do videos on them or potentially wear them. It's basically the only fabric strap that I have worn. That doesn't mean it's the best strap out there. The people that wear straps like this on a regular basis are going to be the ones that you probably want to listen to on it. I just like it. I think it's freaking cool. I like the contrast stitching along the edge, and I like the hardware. I just like the look of it. So I don't wear them very often, but when I do, it's a WOE. And WOE, if you're watching this video and you want to sponsor a video, I'd be more than happy to work with you. Now, the black one here is a day date. Now, that might be a better way to go for some people. Definitely if it's going to be a more worn watch, I think the day date is very valuable. You no longer have to reference your phone or your computer. All the information you typically are going to need for filling out paperwork or just making it through the day are going to be right on your watch. The time, the day, and the date. That's pretty much going to get you through. Has a really nice satin matte type finish. Still has the 120 click bezel. Very nice feel and clickiness to that. That chapter ring inside on both the polished and this one for sure are just smooth. They are more of a chapter than a riot. I guess maybe borderline a riot, but it has too much of an angle. I don't know what the definition would be because all the minute or second markers are all referenced on the dial itself. And then here's a look at the case back on this one. And you can see there how that strap, you know, gets attached, I guess. Because you don't really install it, you attach it. Which I've done a video on that as well. And I have the polished bracelet for that, I just haven't videoed it yet. And then it has, you know, a sub-style clasp. I feel like it's a little loose though. So Sigma, I don't know if you can do a further generations of this, if you can dial it in, because when you go to clasp it, it's a little everything's a little flexy, so like it works fine, and once you get it strapped in, it's good to go. But I feel like there is room for some refinement there, and I know it can be done because I've handled bracelets with this basically same clasp system that are more refined than this one. Like, so for example, like right now, it's kind of kicked over to the side, so you have to do that before you can fold that over. So that's a little extra little tip for Sigma straps. But the black one, yeah, that looks great. Very, yeah, I mean, this even on a WOE strap would be great. Of course, like I said, you got that really nice taper on the bracelet. So once you get this sized up, this is a really good fit as well. And there's other straps out there that I've noticed that would actually be really good for the CWC as well. That has kind of like a clasp system, but with a fabric. I forget what company it was, but if you're going to have a CWC, you're gonna research all that. You're going to find what system works best for you. So it's nice that we have a lot of options for these guys. Now let's blast these with the UV light they both will perform very well in the UV department, or the Lume department rather. So let's do that. Price wise, again, I don't know all the prices on everything, but if these CWCs brand new, I think crest the $800 mark. And that's for a, I mean, they're not anything special, I guess, is the main takeaway on this. They're cool, sure. There's a lot of cool watches that are sometimes difficult to justify the price beyond the fact that they're just cool. So you got to take that into consideration. It's a lot of money. You know, before you know it, you're over $1,000 real quick with one of these watches. Do you want to tie up $1,000 into a quartz watch? I mean, I do. I've done it a bunch of times. I have a Grand Seiko with a 9F, so I'm not afraid. I hope you're not either. Watches shouldn't stress you out. You should just buy what you can afford, wear what you like, enjoy the hobby. I'll see you guys on the next vid.